Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening? Happy holidays to everybody. Hope y'all having a beautiful day and really enjoying yourselves and enjoying y'all family, eating good, just having a good time. You dig? Manny Pacquiao has narrowed it down to 3 finalists for his next fight. Late first quarter of 2020, which is most likely going to be around March, April. Right now, the team Pacquiao, they're looking at Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Mikey Garcia. Now, I like all three of those matchups. I think they each individually bring different challenges for Manny Pacquiao. I think out of the three, Sean Porter is the more difficult matchup for Manny. I think Sean Porter is the more contrasting style versus in the most well-rounded style as compared to Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia. I think the Sean Porter fight is probably the toughest. The most intriguing matchup, I believe, is Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. I really like that fight. I love the contrasting styles. I like the fact that Manny Pacquiao is a very aggressive fighter, throws punches in bunches, different angles and, fast hand speed and good footwork. And he's able to give you different looks. And then you have Mikey Garcia, I believe is a master counterpuncher. He's a master of distance. I think that with a style like that, it's kind of like how Marquez was, but I think Mikey Garcia might have a little bit more power than Marquez. Now again, Marquez was fighting at 147, so his power did translate. We haven't necessarily seen Mikey Garcia power translate up to 147, though he's only had one fight versus who most would consider the very best fighter at the 147-pound division and unified champion Earl Spence Jr. So it's really hard to gauge Mikey Garcia's power off of that fight, but maybe his power will carry up after one or two more fights in the division. I really believe that Mikey Garcia has a good chance at competing with Manny Pacquiao. I just think the style, his style works good versus a guy like Manny Pacquiao who is ultra aggressive. I really think that Manny Pacquiao could definitely have some success versus Mikey Garcia. I like the fact that they're both around the same size, body frame. They both right around that same type of stature. And I think that makes the fight very even. When you look at reach, when you look at just body mass, the night of the fight, not just when they weigh in. Of course, they're going to weigh in around the same weight, but the night of the fight, I think you got to factor that in as well. So I think that's a very intriguing matchup. I really like the Sean Porter fight. Again, like I said, I think that's the most dangerous matchup for Manny Pacquiao. I would actually pick Sean Porter to beat Manny Pacquiao. I think he's just too strong. I think his ability to fight you on the inside in a junkyard dog, toe-to-toe brawling matchup type of fight. Also, he can fight you from the outside. He can jump in and out. He can box you. I think Sean Porter is the most well-rounded fighter out of the bunch. I think his chin also is the best out of the three fighters. Danny Garcia got a hell of a chin, and we seen Mikey Garcia got a hell of a chin as well. But I really, really believe that Sean Porter would be tough for Manny Pacquiao to beat. I think that's the most dangerous fight. The Danny Garcia fight, that right there is kind of like in between for me. I think it could be dangerous because Danny Garcia definitely has power. I think out of those three fighters, Danny Garcia probably has the most one-punch knockout power. I think he's definitely the strongest fighter from a power standpoint. Physically strong, I'm going to get that edge to Sean Porter. But I feel like Danny Garcia definitely has the timing and the power to knock damn near anybody out. You feel me? Anybody at, anywhere from 154 on down, I think Danny Garcia got the power to knock your ass out. I think just stylistically, that wouldn't be a good matchup for Danny Garcia. I think Manny Pacquiao is just too quick on his feet, giving you different angles, and the footwork is too crazy. Even at this age, I think he's going to be moving around a little bit too much for Danny Garcia to really get his stuff off like he want to get off. I feel like I feel like he gonna be a little bit too stationary for a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Now, Mikey Garcia, he don't really move a lot either, but I think he's a better counterpuncher than Danny Garcia. I also believe that he measures distance better than Danny Garcia, and his timing. I think Danny Garcia has excellent timing as well, but I think Mikey Garcia has the edge as far as timing compared to Danny Garcia. So I think the Danny Garcia fight, though it would be challenging in his own right, because Manny Pacquiao can't get reckless in there and get caught with one of those looping left or right hooks. You dig what I'm saying? A looping left hook or a looping overhand right. He can't get caught with neither one of those because his ass gonna go to sleep. You dig what I'm saying? But you know, I feel like he would match up better versus Danny Garcia than he would versus Mikey Garcia or Sean Porter. So I'm interested to see which one of those guys he gonna pick. Something is telling me that Danny Garcia might be the guy that he's leaning towards. You know, it's a big name, plus it's a least risk that I feel out of the three. I would be surprised if he fights Sean Porter. I just now again he did beat Keith Thurman, but you know styles make fights, and I told everybody that Manny Pacquiao was gonna beat Keith Thurman. I just knew he was gonna beat Keith Thurman. Stylistically, it was just a bad matchup for Keith Thurman. But versus Sean Porter, that's a whole nother beast, especially the Sean Porter coming off that performance that he had versus Earl Spence Jr. I think this version of Sean Porter right now can give anybody trouble at the welterweight division. So I'm excited to see who Manny Pacquiao picks. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think, who y'all feel like Manny Pacquiao gonna pick, and what's the best fight, what's the most exciting fight, what's the most intriguing, and what's the most dangerous fight. I know everybody gonna have their own opinion on this, so I'm interested to see. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender regime, boxing. I holla at y'all boys, man.